Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Welcome to Talk program.
Thank you very much. I am very, very happy to take this opportunity to meet you and to be in your channel. And I am very, very thankful for the Nepal, and it is very wonderful people.
Thank you very much. I'm very much honored to have this opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you.
As my background statement, I share that no any countries in this old age, neither big nor small, just in terms of its population, geographical situations, and its economic and social development. Let it be developed, underdeveloped, or say the developing countries by sovereignty, all the countries, they are equal. And I have known that the state of the Birland that was founded in 2015, right?
Yes.
And it has been working as a state of the Birland.
Yes.
Okay, I'm very much excited to meet you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
And welcome to the Nepal. And on the behalf of my channel and on the behalf of all the Nepalese people, I would like to welcome you in the Nepal. It's a land of, it's the country of the Mount Everest, and it's a birthplace of the Lord Buddha. Once again, welcome to the Talk program.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
So can we start it?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Thank you very much. Though your visit has been very much private visit in Nepal.
It is my first visit.
Okay, private visit in Nepal.
To
right?
Nepal.
So what is your reflection and what is your perception while talking about Nepal? What do you think?
Nepal, I saw your people.
Okay.
It is really wonderful people. I saw the Nepalese. It is a simple people and different for many, many peoples in the world. That I saw that people, it is in that way they have not this interest, for example, in the world politics, etc. They have interest in their own country in the first thing.
Okay.
Also about the Nepal, we have Everest mountain, and we also in common have also 3 mountains in the Birland.
Okay.
Also, Nepal, it is a landlocked country. Also, in Birland, it is a landlocked country.
That's why
so
there are
we
some
share
similarities between the state of the Birland and the Nepal.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what I was talking about is your visit, and that has been very private visit. Maybe it's a very personal questions to your Majesty and your Excellency.
Yes.
Didn't you like to make it publicly, your visit and your presence in the Nepal?
Yes, yes, of course.
Didn't you like to be the public?
I like to be a public in Nepal. I like also we all be friendly with the Nepal also government, people, and everything to share in the future also.
Yeah, but my question now is, if it had been very much a public your visit, that we could have so many discuss and dialogue with the government entity and the government agencies. Didn't you think like that now?
I think that we are ready to seize any opportunities to talk with the government of the Nepal, with the public. Even I am happy to meet any Nepalese and talk about the Birland, every single Nepalese who ask to me.
Okay.
And yes.
I think in the future that we can do that, right? Because there might be so many areas to work between the state of the Birland and the Nepal, right? Let's hope in the future that so many things that can go ahead together.
Yes, of
Let's
course.
hope like that. Okay, that briefly that you talked about the Birland. So could you please more highlight about the state of the Birland, about the socio-economic status of the people of the Birland, and how the Birland going on now? What are the different perspective and the challenges that the Birland now? Could you please highlight briefly about it?
Birland, it will be a monarchy country. But there is one point to clarify. It is not absolute monarchy. That means it is not a monarchy family rule the Birland. It will be a monarchy, a kind of, constitutional institutions.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, the rule will be in the hand of the high administration.
Okay.
Yes. So also one member of this high administration, His Excellency Migma Sherpa from the Nepal.
Okay. That's great.
Yes. About the economy.
Okay.
We have solar energy there. It can provide also many things such as electricity, and there are rich of the minerals.
Minerals. Okay.
Minerals, yes. And this area is known by the gold. So you can see the Russia and the Dubai also. They always buy this gold under the price market, and we are ready also to do that with the Nepal government. Yes.
So talking about the assessing the existing situation of the state of the Birland,
Yes.
I went through some literature.
Yes.
I read it. That I found it. It is not well managed. Well, and no more process and procedure of people for the ID, or for the fast food, or even is a certificate of the birth, or something like that. That I read some literature. So what about these things in state of Birland?
We now prepare for build this a new emergency country. It will be a humanitarian and cultural country, and also the first poetry country for the poets. Also, this land will be about depend itself about the food. We will make a system of agriculture. Also, we will make a resource of water and the electricity, and we wish to make the citizen more trustable in this country by providing them a good salary. Of course, it depends on our economy. That economy depends on the basically on the minerals. We put a plan how to start with provide the food, water, electricity, and a job for the worker, etc. So we had a full a plan for them, and we published many of that on publicity in our social media.
So has it got the acceptance from the other countries to work there, or say to go out from there? What is the provision, or say what you are planning and what you are thinking on these things?
All what we doing, any step, it is according to the international law, and according to the our two neighbor countries, which is Egypt and Sudan. So we never will break this laws. So we are doing now according these things. I mean, process according to the international law. And we now start to make some contacts with some governments in different countries, and they accept Birland as a new country, and they are waiting to be a legal country. And there is many ways for that. I mean, for the recognition by the United Nations. Yes, and it is many details about that.
Thank you that you explained yourself that actually that I was also thinking to ask the same questions. So how is the process is going on, and in which stages we are in now to get as a sovereign country, to get the identity of the independent country? So
I can say it is a ready country. Why? First, it has own border. Yes, it is a political own border. The second thing, it is not separated from any countries. I mean, Egypt and Sudan, and it is not under any authority. So that we can easily make it without any objection from anyone. So we start now the procedures of the United Nations.
Okay.
It is about the land and the population and about the economy and the constitution. So we, till now, we fulfill many these procedures.
Okay.
And there is another way. There is many way. It is a lot of. If one of these two countries, Egypt or Sudan, recognize us, it is done. The United Nations will recognize us. We did many contacts with the Egypt.
So you mean that it is the only thing that is remained or say that is left to get the recognition from the UN, right?
It is a procedures, you know, to submit a request, and the 5 mighty countries will see that, and they will make a submit special to many countries. It is a procedures. So we now follow these procedures to fulfill the United Nations requirements. And there is another thing. I will in short explain. For example, the Republic of Kosovo, the United Nations refused their recognition. The China used the veto against this decision, but no, Kosovo, it is recognized by more than about 100 countries. They don't need the United Nations recognition. So it is many way, yes, to do it, but but I wish to tell that again and repeat that Birland, it is not belong to anyone, and as it is about that is the, let's say, that things will make ease to recognize ease.
So less of that, everything goes well very showing that we also the best wishes to you, Your Majesty. And one of the things that what I'm interested to ask you is, that how far you are balancing the relationship between the Sudan and the Egypt, as you are between the Sudan and Egypt, right? How you are balancing your foreign policy and your planning, right, to have a good relationship with these two countries?
I will first say that the Egyptian government, I mean the advisor of the Egyptian government, he is also the advisor of the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
That's good.
He talked about us. He on the publicity, on the social media, he said, we are not worried if you make this country, but we are worried only for one thing, it is security, to not enter in our security
and in internal affairs.
And that is a nature thing.
So you have a very much good relationship between these two countries, right? It's a harmonious relationship.
Yes, they are. They have no objections for that.
Great. Okay. Now gradually I'm coming to some others my views and some other questions. So what are the major perspectives and what are the major challenges that the state of the Berlin is facing now? Is there anything?
It is not to establishing an organization or society. It is about establishing a real country, so that it is not easy. It cannot be done in 5 years, for example. So today we are celebrating the 17th anniversary for establishing the Birland. But
in the meantime, that I would like to congratulate you for your 7th anniversary of this Berlin. Wish you all the best too. Please go ahead.
So we did many things. I mean, in diplomacy with many governments around the world. And I should to mention something very important. We will not enter in any political. We are diplomacy country. We will use instead of policy the diplomatic way. It is different between policy and diplomatic. And I repeat that the Birland, it will be the first humanitarian and cultural country in the world. We are just we just avoid the political. We will use our heritage. By the way, the Birland has the Nubian heritage. From the we also already have the heritage, and we will be a concentration about the humanitarian cultural. And as I said, we will be a first poetic country. Also, we will be interested in the sport, technology, medicine, education.
So a lot of the things, there's a lot of the dimensions that we need to do and we need to go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, so Your Majesty, and talking all about these things, so what are your major priority in your country now? So what do you want to do? So how do you want to prioritize the things that immediately we need to do in the Birland?
So at the first, we will build the Birland. I mean, make the houses.
Okay.
And to supplies, as I said, the food and the electricity, water, the necessity of living, and they will continue our humanitarian actions. We already did many humanitarian actions around the world, and also about the culture, and in the culture, the FAUCAS organization, which is in the Singapore, support us, and I personally I send many my thanks, and I am grateful to the Grand Master Jason, the director of FAUCAS. It is a very big and large cultural organization around the world. So we start in cultural, in humanitarian activities, in the potteries, many things, even in the sport. In Nepal, there are two Nepalese teams supported the Birland state and wear the T-shirt of the yes.
Interesting.
Yes. The
so
first.
I come to about the Nepal too. Okay.
Yes.
So Your Majesty, I think that I take this opportunity now to ask some my questions and my interest between the state of Birland and the Nepal. So what do you think that how we can develop our mutual relationship between the state of Birland and the Nepal? What could be the areas to be developed between the Nepal and the Birland? What do you think that?
We already start about the cultural activities, and as I said, the FAUCAS cultural organization support us, and they also introduce Birland to the Nepal. Also,
I think they are some of the parts of the activities, but as a state of the Birland and the Nepal countries, what could be those areas that can we work together for the betterment of the two countries, you state of the Birland and the Nepal itself? There, what do you think that?
Yes, I am going to explain.
State, you are the head of the state.
Yes. So I mentioned about the cultural. Also in the sport, we start to make together activities. Also about the economy. About the economy, we wish in the future to have many agreements with the Nepalese government. Of course, the Nepalese will be benefit for that, as I mentioned in minerals, because we will provide Nepal the minerals under the price of the market, so they can make many big benefits that will also add or be plus for the economical situation in the Nepal. Also, it will affect to the currency of the Nepal, because this thing will be mineral gold. That is Birland rich of gold. So if we provide Nepal according our future agreement in that thing, the even economic of the Nepal and their currency will be more higher in that thing. Of course, we will make agreement in any things. It will be benefit for the Nepal and the Birland.
Okay, that's great. That's good. Thank you very much. And what do you think that what should we do in the long run and in the short run to develop the good relationship between state of the Birland and Nepal? How we can go hand in hand so that the people of the both state of Birland and the Nepal can be well benefited? in the long run, what we should do strategically, and in the short run, what we need to do.
About the short range or period, I mentioned we already start about in the sport and cultural. Also, we will make agreement in the tourism. We already made the agreement with the city here in Kathmandu, agreement between Birland and tourism. So we can promote tourism between us. Especially you have mountains. We have mountains in the Birland. So it is something in common.
For
that in the short.
Yes, true.
Also, we will try to open a legal and official our representative office in the Nepal. That in the short. In the long period, as I mentioned, it will be very big agreements and strong agreements that we will be very careful to benefit the Nepal and the Birland about that in economy. Yes, and also we hope Nepal will support Birland in the United Nations when it comes the date for voting.
That's all. Thank you very much. If anything, Your Excellency, would you like to highlight or say, would you like to express anything that I didn't ask you? Though we could discuss long, but due to the constraint of the time, we didn't have that much of time. So lastly, could you share anything to the Nepal and the Nepalese people?
Yes.
Please.
I again thank the Nepalese people, and I welcome Nepalese and the Birland and the tourists. Also, I wish to mention that Birland, as I said, a humanitarian country. We respect all religions, Muslims, Christianity, Hindus, Buddhists. We all respect them and welcome to all people, all Nepalese, and we are grateful that Nepal hosted our the 17th anniversary for establishing the Birland. Thank you for the Nepal and the Nepal peoples, and thank you for you and for your channel.
Thank you very much for your time and for your valuable views and all those your ideas that you share about how we can go hand to hand between the state of Birland and the Nepal. Thank you very much. Despite of your busy schedule that you accepted our request to talk on shortly. I once again thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wish you have a and you're very productive and very useful stay in Nepal.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Welcome to the talk program.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm very much delighted to have this opportunity to talk to you.
Same here. Thank you so much for having us and me here in your, I think, most famous program in Nepal.
Thank you very much. In my background statement, I already said that I think there is no any country which is neither big or small, only in terms of its size, population, and social and economic prosperity. By sovereignty, all the countries, they are very important and they are very equal. I start from this. So talking about these things, and before to that, I would like to congratulate for the 7th anniversary of State of Birland that you are celebrating in Nepal.
Namaste.
That's
Namaste.
very great. And on the behalf of the Nepalese people and in my media, and personally, would like to welcome, I would like to congratulate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So, Your Excellency, what do you think that how is the state of Birland is going on now? What we are doing now? So let's start very generally from this general and very simple questions, please.
Thank you. I can say that we're doing a lot. Maybe to others, just not so much. But because we are an emerging new country, so there's a lot to do to be a country, to establish a country. Right now, our status right now, we don't have yet the recognition of the United Nations, but we are in that process. Why do we want to have the recognition of the United Nations. In as much as the fact is, you don't need to be recognized in the United Nations for you to be a country. You can be a country even though you don't have the recognition of the United Nations. Maybe you heard our ruler, the founder of Birland before, when you interviewed him, that there are countries in this world that are unrecognized countries. There are countries who doesn't need or did not get the recognition of the United Nations, but they are considered a country, like the Kosovo.
Okay.
So right now, Birland, we try to develop international diplomatic relations to several countries. Also, we are conducting several programs and events to promote and to create awareness of this newly emerging country.
Okay.
Okay?
So, how the process is going on and where you are in now to get the recognition as an independent country. So, what is the process and how it is going and where
Okay.
we are in now and
Okay.
how hopeful you are that how soon that we get recognition as an independent country from the UN, as you say that.
Okay, based on the as I am being, how will I say, mentored by the founder, of course,
Okay.
and the president. There are many ways to get the recognition, right? Okay, let's say that now we only need to build some structures inside the land
Okay.
because we have already the land.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have some people inside the land, not many, because there's no way they can live there.
Okay.
There's no water system, no electricity, no animals, no plants yet.
Yeah.
But we have some people, and there are many stateless people in the world and refugees who already express their intention to live in Birland
Okay. They love the beer land.
because
Is they are living, have been living since long time.
yeah, because some of these refugees or most of the refugees who are in other countries right now are having so much difficulties that when they heard there is a humanitarian country
Okay.
in the making, oh, we want to be in Birland. They have been texting us, messaging us. Can we be a citizen of Birland? Can we go there now? We're willing to go there. But of course, we being a humanitarian country, we don't want to develop or create another poor country where we will be a problem, another problem of the African Union, European Union, and the United Nations. We want to build a humanitarian country, but we have to set up, to prepare it to be livable.
Okay. So you talked about the many people, right? Who they are from the different countries. We have been living there since many years.
No, it's not many. As I
Okay.
said earlier, there are few.
Okay.
Then some maybe hundreds of people who come and go because of the not atmosphere, the weather is like Dubai, according to the founder.
Okay.
So during hot season, of course, how can they live there? If you saw some of our photos, they are just living a nomadic life. They live in nomadic huts.
Yeah.
And there's nothing there.
They don't have their own settled and their fixed settlement, right?
Yeah, they don't have education. They don't have birth certificate.
Yeah.
Nothing. So they have to go as far as they can to earn a living, to get some food, and then come back, and then go again. They mix with the other people. As I said, easily we can get 3,000 people there. But the Majesty King Emir Haiyawi, the founder and the president, said it's not like that. That's not our plan. Where we just dump people there, then where is the humanitarian?
Okay. So as you talked about the getting the recognition from the United Nations, it's you are the Prime Minister, right? You are the head of the government of that country, right? Your Excellency, what are those things they need to do very prerequisite, right, to get the recognition, and how the process is going on now, where we are in now, what is the situation?
I'm not very sure if I'm allowed to to really share actually. Maybe I will not mention. Actually, 2 days ago, when while we are here in Nepal, because we arrived 11th of May, one intergovernmental organization really took their time to come here and to offer to join their intergovernmental organization to sign treaty with them. Actually, late last year, our founder already signed a treaty of acceptance to be a member of this intergovernmental organization, which aims to help countries and specifically kingdoms to get recognition of the United Nations. So they have a greater purpose when they learned about this Birland, a newly emerging country in the African continent. They saw a greater purpose to help this country get recognition. So they came here and explained to us, read to us the treaty that they specifically wrote for Birland and some kingdoms in the African continent to fast track our recognition, to fast track Birland's process to get recognition. And after the treaty signing, they explained to us again. Secretly, he whispered to me, "Your Majesty, I'm not promising, but due to the quick response of your country and due to how you help us get some kingdoms to sign treaty with us also, this helps us actually to expedite us in the process. So immediately we will submit this to the United Nations." He said something like that. So he gave me maybe late this year, we may be getting the, if not observer status in the United Nations, maybe the United Nations will call us and to introduce us, because United Nations has a process. I cannot say more about that to the United Nations. But we have high hopes with all these organizations trying to help us. Not only this, we are also in alliance with the World Humanity Commission and another, the Alliance, People's Alliance of the World, something like that, with more than 100 countries in alliance with them. They also promised to us that with us, they said that with them, like the World Humanity Commission.
That's a very good aspect to us.
With the World Humanity Commission.
Encouraged and inspired all of by them.
They said, because I'm talking directly to the founder and president of the World Humanity Commission. He said, Your Majesty, you know, with you, Birland, alliancing with us, we can actually endorse you and recommend for you to have a even observer status, because they gave me some examples of organizations and individual actually who were given opportunity to have an observer status. I saw the name and that particular youth ambassador.
It's geographically the state of the Birland. It is located between the Sudan and Egypt. How you are balancing the relationship between these two countries? Do you think that is there any problems from these countries?
Many people
as a recognized country, as a independent country. What do you think that? How you are balancing as a prime minister?
Okay. That's a very nice question. And this is very good to answer also, to inform the whole world, if not the whole world, even the Nepali people, no? To have the assurance, because we have administrators here who trusted us. That's why we are here. They also need to get assurance about the peaceful coexistence of Birland and these people, Sudan and Egypt. You know, the three of us in the high admin now, the Grand Master, who is the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Culture and Arts, and our founder and the founder and ruler. Maybe that's why we click together, because we have the same attitude and outlook in life. We have the same vision and feelings that we want to be develop a friendly country like Brunei. Everybody is their friend. They don't have one religion. So we want to be that we don't say anything against these two countries. Why are we going to say anything against them? They are our neighbors. If you are a good person, whatever is your religion and belief, just say, like when you are in your house, you have neighbors, right? You should be friendly to your neighbors. We are very much willing to share what we will have to Sudan and to Egypt. Actually, me as the Prime Minister, without the knowledge of people except our high administration, I have done several steps. What do you call this? To reach out. Yes. I'm going to say this, even if it will reach, I want this to reach Sudan and Egypt. Early, 2 years ago, I already communicated with African Central Diaspora Bank in the ECO 6 region, because they are offering direct investment to any country who wants this investment. So I recommended to them, please consider Sudan and Egypt, give a letter of this direct investment.
And yes, talking about all those things, Your Excellency, as your Prime Minister of State of the Birland, what is your modality of the foreign policy, and what are the major approaches that you develop to develop the good relations between and among the countries of throughout the world?
Actually, we're not so much into that yet, because our focus really is to process, prepare what it takes for us to get the recognition. First, we submitted with fax and email to the African Union some documents, our letter requests for an introduction of Birland to the African Union. Also, for them to know us, the UN, when they have event, when there is a new leader of United Nations, we also send congratulations letter, like that. We do that for them to know us. What is the other question again?
So your approach is to develop the relationship between and among the countries of the world.
Yes. It's not that when we write to them, please recognize us. No, not like that. Through our representatives, we don't have many. Not all countries we assign or appoint representatives, because we are all volunteers.
But how you are planning to develop the relationship between among those countries?
We wrote firstly to introduce Birland, because they don't know. They don't know. Right. So we sent to them letters. We state there what is Birland, everything.
So now your first priority at the current situation is how to introduce the state of the Birland throughout the world, right?
Yes.
That's why all the people of the world, they know it, and their eyes will be in the state of the
We are
land.
very, very active in social media. You can see us everywhere. We have more than 20 Facebook accounts. We have Birland Education, Birland Country. If there is somebody who wants to promote Birland, like we have Birland India, Birland, what is this? I don't know if we have the Birland China, not yet. But, through culture, we are actually using culture, because we want the world to know that we are a country of culture. Because through culture, and this will be, I'm sure, explained more by our Minister of Culture, because this is his expertise. But through culture, we start Birland doing cultural activities. Poetry, arts, we have Birland arts, we have world Birland poets. Indeed, do you know that we got a red badge from Chinese media? Because our Minister of Culture and the Deputy Prime Minister published an article in the 25 major media in China. And less than 24 hours, we got 35 viewers that we received a badge. This, not only, several times, we publish in different media, in Africa, in China, in Europe. All our activities about poetry, about the culture, that we are now known. And one thing I want to focus and to share to people, we have our, and we're very proud of this, we have our World Birland Poets. And 2 months ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of our Director of Culture in Ecuador made an initiative. He called for an anthology for Birland, for poets to write something about Birland. How can a poet write something about Birland if they don't know about Birland? Because he called for the world poet. Do you know that we have more than 117 poets in 33 countries who joined this call? Do you know what he did? He published in his call for the anthology the history of Birland. How,
that's good.
where they get their idea about Birland. When I saw the poems, I said, my God,
That's good.
they created beautiful poems for Birland. Some are dreams for Birland. Some are the facts about Birland. Very, very, and this caught the attention of China, one of the biggest or the biggest population in the world.
We know that.
So these things, a lot, I can. Actually, sir, we have done many things for culture. That way, Birland is known now.
It's in the eye of the people of the world. Your Excellency, we don't have that much of time. That's why now I have a very few questions too. I think so. What are the major challenges and the problem that you are facing in the state of the Birland now, in the government level, in the people level? It will be very specific point.
Yes, very specific, and I'm not going to hide it. Our major challenge is funding.
And how you are planning it?
First of all, we don't have so much funds. We don't have funds at all because we never ask for any donation. Because we don't want to beg. But we have very big plans and dreams for Birland.
We want the one dignity of the state of the Birland.
We want to develop a Dubai of Africa. But we believe
with our own resources and with our using our internal capacities.
We believe that we will have fundings because of what we are doing. They will see that we are not collecting funds just for the sake of collecting, but we're using culture, we're using poetry, arts and sports and tourism. And we believe that there are investors. Actually, there are investors who already approach us because they heard we want to build the Dubai of Africa.
You are attracting and you are inspiring those investors, right, to invest in the state of the Birland.
If investors will learn that we are for peace, for humanity, they will not be afraid.
Exactly. Now, I think so. At the end of our program, now I want to briefly connect with the relationship with the Nepal. So how Nepal and the state of the Birland can go ahead? What are those areas that we can work together? What do you think is you are the head of the state?
I think now
government, you are the
thank you,
head
sir.
of the government.
I think now that Birland have seen us, we chose to celebrate Birland in Nepal. We will have a very, very good relationship with the Nepali people, with the government, because we saw how
It's a starting
peaceful.
point.
We saw how peaceful the people. So simple living. See, it is very famous, but people are still simple.
Yeah.
But you are not poor.
Yeah.
You are not poor because poverty means hunger. I don't think people here are hungry
Yeah.
because you have so much
We
land
don't
now.
have faced that much of a problem till now.
Because
Yeah.
it depends on how do you
Okay.
describe poverty, right?
yeah.
Anyway,
So what are those areas in your views that we can explore between state of Birland and Nepal?
yes, of course, exchange culture, tourism, like that, and of course,
And talking about the trade and the business, what types of trade and the business that we can do in future? We can go hand in hand between the state of Birland and
yeah,
Nepal.
it can be done when we will be able to talk to your government, and we will know what are here,
Okay.
right?
Right.
What are you doing here? We have to know that
After
firstly.
having the bilateral dialogue between the state of the Birland and the Nepal, that we can explore the areas that we can go ahead in the future.
Export and import.
Yeah.
We can do that.
So, Your Excellency, anything finally that you want to share to our Nepalese people and to us, the questions that I didn't ask you? Because we don't have that much of time. So, in your views, finally, would you
Yeah.
like to share something?
Yes, to all the Nepalese people, to the good government of Nepal, and to the Mingma Sherpa family,
Yeah.
and to his team here, Krishna Prasai, the founder of Jara Foundation Nepal, to Mr. Devendra Casey, and to you, sir, and to your company, the media company. I am very, very thankful for, giving us time to talk to us, to interview us, and know more about Birland. My dear friends in Nepal, I wish that when we are ready to approach your government and seek diplomatic relationship, I hope that you will open your arms to Birland.
Okay. Thank you very much for your valuable time and for your valuable ideas and the sharing and how we can go ahead between the Nepal and the state of the Birland in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a very wonderful and a very great day and great to stay in Nepal.
Thank you so
very
much, sir. Namaste.
म एउटा सानो अर्को छोटो प्रसङ्गमा आएको छु म अबको एउटा विशेष कुराकानी स्टेट अफ बियरल्यान्डको मिनिस्टर अफ कल्चरसँग म कुरा गर्दैछु र उहाँ यो फाउन्डर पनि हुनुहुन्छ यो FOWCASS हामी भन्छौँ यो चाहिँ फेडरेसन अफ ओल्ड आर्ट सोसाइटी हो यसको चाहिँ नि 136 वटा मुलुकमा चाहिँ यसको सदस्यहरू रहेको छ र मेरो उहाँसँगको विशेष वार्ता चाहिँ यो संस्थासँग नेपालले कसरी सहकारी गर्न सक्छ र भविष्यमा हामी टुरिज्मको क्षेत्रमा के गर्न सक्छौँ भन्ने कुरामा म केन्द्रित हुनेछु Welcome to the talk program.
Namaste.
Thank you so much. Yes. I'm very much delighted to have this opportunity to talk to you.
It's my honor too.
As you know that FOWCASS, Federation of Old Art Society, could you please tell me about it very shortly?
Okay, just as a small brief for our this forecast. So just bring this book for everyone to have understanding for this three sector for this forecast.
Okay.
So first of all, I have to introduce that the forecast of this culture and art. This is including choreography, dancing, singing, all the culture.
That is more about the culture.
Yes, more about culture.
Right.
And then the second part, the sector is a martial art in the worldwide.
Right.
So we including all the martial art, is including karate, taekwondo, hapkido. Of course, we have a Shaolin temple and this Wudang, all kind of style of martial art. So we are linked together with our forecast.
Okay.
The third sector will be the general sector. General sector will say including the TCM, traditional collection of the antique, and the tea culture, everything.
Right.
This is all included. So we this design is designed by my own. There's 216 countries inside this logo.
Right. That's great. Okay.
At present now we have member countries to link all the culture.
Okay.
It's 136 countries.
Then they are the member countries.
Yes.
Okay.
Including all the individual,
Okay.
including all the organization president,
Right.
chairman.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
We take a long time to manage.
Okay.
So this is our.
So
mission.
as you are the founder of the podcast, what do you think that how it can support and how it can contribute to promote the tourism of Nepal?
Of course, tourism is a culture too.
Okay.
So like these few days, I came this Mr. Mimar at his
Yeah.
In fact, he says I already went some this beautiful Himalaya. We take a plane to this Himalaya. We go through. And this is the best place. And then the first time I can see in the sky of the Himalaya.
Right.
So I will really want to introduce to the worldwide as our member. So 136 countries. Nepal is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we have this morning I went to this some temple. This is
Okay.
after the
You
earthquake.
visited it, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. That it's a good culture to let more people to know that there's it's a history of
Okay.
Nepal.
Okay. So do you have identified any specific areas of the tourism in Nepal?
Of
As you are the
course.
founder of the podcast.
So of course I would like to tomorrow I would like to fly to this Nampini.
Lumbini.
And then
it's about,
yes, I already
birthplace
booked.
of the Lord
Yes,
Buddha.
the love it. It's my
Okay.
dream. As a,
Right.
You see, I like to introduce more people to this exchange culture, especially our this forecast. Is we already have linked to also many countries to exchange culture, like the museum. We already linked to the Greece, France, some. The Italy, we already connect because of pandemic, because we delay for 2 years.
Yeah.
Many.
We know that the tourism is badly affected,
of course,
right?
Of course. Yeah. So I hope they take this opportunity.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Myanmar, Excellency, they will invite us to come.
Did you have any specific strategy to revive, to recover your tourism in the pandemic situation that was highly affected it?
Yes, of course, like ours, I'm Singaporean. I love
Okay.
my countries too.
Right.
So Singapore now is open to this to more country to exchange the
Right.
tourism to come to this both way. So
Okay.
I will go back and I will introduce first for use culture to link with tourism. This is the main thing. This time we have the Birland stage of 7th anniversary. I'm a part of the culture minister.
Right.
So we need to promote both win-win case for each other.
Both countries, yeah.
So this is we have to start immediately now because we wait too long for 2.5 years, I think so.
Due to the constraint of our time and due to your busy schedule, finally what I want to ask you is that how strategically that we can go straight to the Birland and the Nepal to promote the tourism?
Okay, first of all, I'm thinking that we need to use the culture part as a big basic.
Okay.
This is why this 2 years I managed for the Zoom meeting for use the culture to link all the post people to have to link with this culture to get to know each other. So we already have members. So we are more than 30 over country.
Okay.
And present also we have focus. We have to combine with the Birland stage. We already done the Olympic 2022.
22. Okay.
January 16th.
Right.
I'm the founder. We already connect 80 countries, 33 language.
Okay.
Of course, including Nepal.
Yeah.
Excellency speak in the Nepal language. So this is the way that we connect to all the country to get to link together, the culture link together. No politics, no others against religion. We are all peaceful life. So we hope that we have So to connect all the culture
Okay.
together.
Okay.
So we done it. Maybe later on we have an ambassador. Sorry, we a short video to present.
Okay. That's
So
great.
this is proof that there's so many countries to support.
Okay. That's great.
Ah.
So finally, what message do you disseminate about the promotion of the tourism of Nepal to the world?
Yes. Today, this morning, I saw that some houses they still supporting the structure because
Okay.
earthquake. So I'm thinking that this is not easy to for of course this parameters. There's some country because of virus. I think that it's not a big deal now because
Okay.
now it's open. I think slowly we will pick it up.
Yeah.
I wish all Nepalese happiness
Right.
and all the best, all healthy, and we are enjoying all together with the culture link.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time and for
Yes.
your experiences and your views and the ideas that shared you.
Yes.
Really, it's very grateful to us. Right. Thank you
It's my
once again.
pleasure.
Thank you very much for your time and your
Thank
all
you
these
so
your
much. Thank-
ideas and your views. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Namaste.
Namaskar. Have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Have your time. Very much productive and useful.
Thank you.
and Wonderful staying in Nepal.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द हामी कार्यक्रमको अन्तमा आइसकेको छौँ यसै गरी एक विशेष प्रसङ्ग र विशेष व्यक्तिको साथमा म अर्को श्रृङ्खलामा उपस्थित हुने नै छु त्यतिन्जेलको लागि मलाई यहाँले बिदा दिने होला हवस् त नमस्कार धन्यवाद यहाँहरूको आगामी दिन सुखद रहोस्